The watch industry's been on fire this year, releasing a lot of fun, creative designs and unique styles. Today we're taking a look at 8 of my favorite new watches from some of the coolest brands. Nivada Grenchen's new limited edition Chronomaster is one of the closest things to finding a vintage 1970s watch in brand new condition, and I'm not just saying that. The brand discovered a stockpile of 50 Swiss-made movements that haven't been produced since 1974, and they knew it would send vintage watch collectors into a frenzy. NG was one of the many watchmakers that were affected by the quartz crisis, and they stopped making watches around the late 70s, early 80s, and it wasn't until 2020 did they get a rebirth. Not only did they resurrect from the archives, so did a set of Valjoux caliber 23 VZ manual wound chronograph movements. It makes sense why they wanted to use them in their most iconic chronograph design, the chronometer Broad Arrow. But it didn't stop there. In a bit of a plot twist, they split the 50 movements between a black dial reference faithful to the OG 1970s version, along with a blue aventurine dial with the matching world time bezel. Interesting little history lesson, the Valjoux 23 VC is a column wheel mechanical chrono that was invented in 1961 and was the first to feature a dual push button design. You probably will recognize the name of the dude who invented it, Will Breitling. He did refurbish the dead stock movements to meet current standards, but did retain the original look and put it on full display through an exhibition caseback. The design pretty much speaks for itself. It oozes super cool vintage charm, and I really wish I could own one, but it's rather expensive and sold out quick, so there is that. But they did split them up in waves, with the first 13 of each being sold in July and the next batch being sold in September. They're priced at $5,000. Formex is a Swiss boutique watchmaker who's established a really great reputation in the watch community for going beyond just making really nice looking watches. They also innovate, creating a unique patented case suspension system that's designed to absorb shocks and vibrations, allowing the watch to float within the case. This new release is a great example on their ability to put a modern twist on a classic design, the field watch. The Generation 2 has an upgraded dial in 3 really cool new colors. It includes an angular titanium case with a bead blasted finish, a loomed out dial, and a workhorse Sellita SW200 movement. It looks like Formex didn't want to take the easy route and just throw on some new paint, but went the extra mile to make the second generation worthy with the sandwich construction that adds a ton of depth and character. Regular names wouldn't do this collection justice. We've got Coho Salmon, Ice Blue, and Basalt Gray. The design still plays homage to the WW2 heritage of the classic field watch, using a railroad minute track and large Arabic numerals. The modern flair is tasteful and adds just the right amount of that extra spice to make it stand out. I really like how the date window is dropped one layer deeper below the bottom dial plate with the beveled window. They've seemed to put a lot of thought into this new release, including an elastic nylon strap for outdoor adventures and casual daily wear, along with a leather alternative for a more elevated look that still performs well in the field. A lot of their watches are priced between $1,000 and $2,000, so it's great to see that the Field Gen 2 is well below that at $870. When it comes to creating fun, creative watches, one of the best is Ferrer, and their designers really have that secret sauce because they keep coming out with hit after hit. The Aqua Compressor Series 3 looks better than ever with a rounded, elliptical case and a simple yet super legible dial. It features both a titanium construction and a spring-loaded caseback that tightens to strengthen the watertight seal as external pressure increases with depth. The third generation consists of 3 watches, with perhaps the most notable being the Endeavor Ocean Blue's white dial and internal dive ring being coated with grade X2 Superluminova, creating a really cool silhouette in the dark. And the applied hour markers add really nice depth, with the wave-like pattern on the dial adding another element that makes it super stylish. Inside powering the engine is a customized LJP G101 automatic movement that's been PVD coated in gray graphite finish. This is an absolute beast of a movement and a significant upgrade with a 60-hour power reserve and a high beat frequency of 28,800. Depending on the model, the price is around $300. Last year, Bremont went through a total rebrand, releasing really cool collections that includes updates to flagship models and completely new designs. The first is the impressively stacked Supermarine 500M. It's not only better looking than Rolex's beloved Explorer 2 Polar, it's one of the best looking dive watches this year. The British watch brand has always stood out for their aviation heritage, rugged engineering, and distinctive design language. The Supermarine is a great example. They unveiled the collection last year in all its glory with the ceramic case, a helium escape valve, and a ton of other features that make it one of the best tool watches. Then earlier this year, Bremont launched another version in 904L steel with the black ceramic bezel with the matching black 3D wave pattern dial. Now we get a really attractive polar white dial, and holy smokes, this watch hits hard. I like how they've kept the bezel black, creating a more striking contrast to the white dial, and added a splash of light orange to spice things up a bit. The black framing around each hour marker is another great choice, and whether you prefer the black or the white, they both feature the same high-level build quality you'd expect, packaged in a 43mm case with only 13mm in thickness. Great dimensions, aided by the thin Sellita SW300-based automatic movement inside. The loom shots look awesome, and the side profile really shows off the cool design. It's paired with a nicely finished steel bracelet equipped with both quick-release spring bars and a quick micro-adjust clasp. This isn't what I'd consider an affordable watch, but for $5K you are getting a really impressively well-built watch that's super stylish. Perhaps this is my wife's Italian influence coming out in me, but one of my favorite brands of the last 10 years is Unimatic. Two Italian industrial designers have managed to carve out their own identity with some of the most captivating minimalist designs around. The name Unimatic is a blend of words. Unico means unique, and the Latin suffix matic means willing or able. So it's pretty much their version of creating recognizable, purpose-built watches. Their new chronograph has professional grade diving specs and a new feature underneath their signature dial. The U3S HS was designed with the creative team from Henry Singer, a Canadian menswear brand, and it sticks to Unimatic's characteristic minimalism, with the only detail signaling this collaboration is the blue-gray on the dial and ceramic bezel insert, which can be found throughout Henry Singer's catalog. The previous version of Unimatic's chronograph used the SEIKO's Mecha Quartz movement, which definitely gets the job done, but it's really cool to see that they've packed inside this new one an automatic movement provided by Sellita. This 40mm watch has some serious protection with a 300 meters of water resistance rating, a 2.5mm thick sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, and a screw-down crown. Perhaps Unimatic's designs could be hit or miss for some, but I absolutely love what they're doing. This watch does have a very limited run of only 36 pieces, and the price is $3,300. The second Bremont watch pulls at the heartstrings of its oldest fans with an update to its MB line of pilot watches. MB, also known as Martin Baker, invented the fighter jet ejection seat and has an ongoing collaboration with the watch brand since 2009. The whole concept behind this collaboration is all the watches have undergone the same testing that Baker's ejection seats go through. The watches do have another trick up their sleeve with the tip-tick case, a unique three-piece construction where the middle section of the case, the barrel, independently secures the movement against shocks and magnetism. There are some welcome upgrades to this newest iteration, most notably a thinner and shorter case that is now crafted from titanium, including the barrel in the signature shade of orange. Along with the second crown at the 2 o'clock to rotate the internal bezel, this watch is as functional as it is cool. It definitely looks like a tool watch and has a ton of really interesting character, especially that titanium bracelet giving off some old school charm. This is a 42 mil, so it will have really great wrist presence, and the watch is powered by the in-house automatic BB14 movement. This one is a little bit more at $5,700. Hanhart is a German watch brand that focuses on a really cool niche. Rugged, historically significant chronographs and pilot watches with the signature red accent on the reset pusher or the fluted bezel. They have great heritage, rugged details, and solid engineering. Although they have never been known for dive watches, that's all changed thanks to the new Aquasphere, first introduced last year. Hanhart is expanding the diver with the subtle but exciting new dial, a new bezel option, and 2 new straps. This is a very serious and legit scuba-ready dive watch with a 42mm stainless steel case that's brushed, has downward sloping, curved lugs, and a helium escape valve at the 10 o'clock, which pretty much is a requisite for a true 300-meter dive watch. I love the simple 3-on layout with large string-shaped hands, along with the harpoon-tipped seconds hands. And then the mark dial with large rectangular applied hour markers and the single stylized 12. It's an effective and really stunning design. The Ocean Fade is available with the original ceramic bezel insert that features a red 0 marker, a stand-in for the signature red chrono pusher, but there is a new black ceramic bezel if you're into that one more. Two new rubber straps, black and blue, have joined the collection that feature fold-over clasps and diver extensions. For $2,290, it is a fair price for a really well-made and really stylish-looking diver. Luminox is all about durable 2 watches, and they've given one of their best-looking dive watches a stealthy and really cool makeover. The Pacific Diver Stealth series takes a trio of dive watches in a darker direction, and the changes are more than just on the surface. Instead of bare stainless steel, this new collection comes with blacked-out ion-plated steel, enhancing the overall durability. But it didn't stop there. The rotating timing bezel got swapped out for Luminox's signature Carbonox, a fancy word for a high-performing blend that's lightweight and really tough. They've also swapped out the steel link bracelet for a black rubber strap to pair better with the styling of the watch. I really like the options that are available to add a little bit of a splash of color from red, blue, and green. And underneath the dial is a familiar feature: the reliable Swiss-made Ronda quartz movement, a hallmark of the series and just a great timekeeper. As expected from Luminox, the protection goes beyond cool materials, with the sapphire crystal and 200 meters of water resistance. The 44mm case size definitely offers great wrist presence without being over the top, and it is smaller than many G-Shocks. All 3 Pacific divers are priced at $795. That's it for the watches today. Let me know which was your favorite of the 8 we looked at. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.